This is the General Electric 10,000 British Thermal Units Wi-Fi window air conditioner. It is the first window unit I have used that cools a medium room fast without turning the room into a white noise chamber. I see this as a straight-ahead window-mounted air conditioner for a medium-sized space. I have been using it in a living and dining area that is roughly 450 square feet, and it has handled that footprint without feeling strained. If I were outfitting a bedroom, a studio apartment, or a home office where I care about both comfort and background noise, this would be on my short list. I value smart control and reliable basics more than flashy features, and that is the lane this unit stays in. On design, nothing here screams for attention, and that is a compliment. The cabinet is compact for the cooling output, with clean lines and a matte white finish that blends into a window frame. The front grille does not rattle on mine, and the directional louvers actually matter in daily use. I can angle the airflow up so it does not blow directly in my face at the desk, or kick it to the side toward the kitchen when the oven heats up the room. The washable filter slides out from the front without tools, which makes the quick monthly rinse more likely to happen. The controls are touch-sensitive on the top front edge, and the little display that shows the set temperature is easy to read from across the room. The power cord exits on the right side, so I plan my outlet accordingly. The remote is simple, light, and responsive, which is exactly what I want in a remote. Setup felt like a real person experience, not a puzzle. From cutting open the box to cold air, my total install time was about 40 minutes, taking it slow. I measured my window, added the included side panels, set the top rail, and used the foam strips to seal gaps. The chassis is manageable but not feather-light, so I appreciated having a second set of hands while I lifted it into the sill and tilted it slightly outward for proper drainage. Once it was seated, the frame felt solid with no buzzes. Pairing it with my phone took a few extra minutes. The General Electric application wants a 2.4 GHz connection, so I made sure my router was broadcasting that band. After that, it connected and stayed connected. I named it Living Room in the application, and that was that. Daily use has been refreshingly simple. The unit responds quickly when I tap the power button on the front, on the remote, or in the application. The temperature changes register right away, and the fan speed ramps smoothly rather than jumping. There is a standard cooling mode, a fan-only mode, and an energy saver mode that cycles the compressor to save power. I have mostly left it in cooling with the fan on low or medium, and switched to energy saver when the room is already comfortable and I just want to maintain. The application mirrors the physical controls, so I can nudge the temperature up a degree from the couch or turn it off when I head out. I also set simple schedules so it starts before I get home and winds down at night. Performance is where this thing won me over. On a hot afternoon when the room peaked at about 84 degrees Fahrenheit, I set the air conditioner to 75 degrees, and the space reached that target in under an hour without running the fan at ear bleeding levels. The airflow has good throw. I can feel the breeze across the room at the sofa roughly 15 feet away, and the louvers help me push more air toward the hallway if I want to take the edge off the next room. Noise matters to me because I record video and take calls in this space. The sound is a steady low hum with a soft whoosh from the fan. There is no metallic ringing, no harsh whistle, and no panel chatter on my unit. When the compressor kicks on and off, there is a gentle clunk that fades in a second. On the lowest fan setting, I can watch television at my normal volume and keep dialogue clear, and I slept through the night without waking up when the compressor cycled. That is rare for a window unit in my experience. Humidity control has also been solid. On a rainy day with sticky air, I noticed the room feeling less clammy after 20 minutes, which matches the condensation I saw draining outside. Energy saver mode does what it promises, but it is not magic. It allows a small swing in temperature as the compressor rests. I use it in the evening when I do not mind that swing. Auto mode chooses fan speed intelligently, but I still tend to set fan speed myself because I prefer the lower background noise for phone calls. I gave it a few specific tests based on how I actually live. I left the curtains open on a west-facing window during a late afternoon and let the room heat up, then ran the unit at a mid-fan speed. The room settled to a comfortable level and stayed there through dinner. I baked in the oven and bumped up the fan to push air toward the kitchen. I recorded a voiceover from my desk with the microphone 6 feet away and the air conditioner on low. Listening back, the noise floor was present, but not distracting, and a light noise reduction pass cleaned it up easily, which is a big improvement over other window units I have used that force me to shut them off when recording. I also tested bedtime. I set a schedule that lowers the set temperature a couple of degrees before I go to sleep and then switches to energy saver around midnight. I slept straight through. No rattles and no surprise blasts of air. One specific use case that stands out is working from home on a heat wave day. I started a morning of calls with the set temperature at 76 degrees on low fan, and the room felt fresh without the fan noise dominating my microphone. Midday, I used the application to bump the fan to medium between meetings and brought it back down when I went live on camera. At the end of the day, I turned it off from the driveway because I forgot to hit the power button before leaving. That kind of small remote control convenience is what makes the Wi-Fi worth it for me. Smart features can sometimes feel like fluff, but here they actually help. The General Electric application lets me set schedules by day, choose modes, adjust fan speed and temperature, and check if I left it on when I am away. The filter reminder is helpful because I forget to clean filters until they look awful. It pinged me after a few weeks. I slid the filter out, rinsed it, dried it, and slid it back in. The application has been stable on my phone. I have not seen random disconnects, and the commands execute quickly. There is also a simple child lock on the panel, which saved me once when a curious nephew started pressing buttons. Between the physical buttons, the remote, and the phone control, I never feel stuck hunting through menus. There are a few things I would change. The pairing process would be smoother if it clearly explained the 2.4 GHz requirement up front. I knew it, but not everyone will. The front display is a little bright in a dark room. I ended up placing a small piece of dimming film over it, which solved it. The louvers do not angle quite far enough to push air sharply to the extreme left. It is fine for me, but if your layout needs a hard left draft, keep that in mind. The unit beeps when buttons are pressed. It is not loud, but late at night I wish there were a way to mute the feedback. And while I installed it alone once to test, I would still recommend a second person for the lift, because safety is worth the extra pair of hands. After a few weeks of real use, I trust this window air conditioner. It cools my medium space. It stays quiet enough for sleep and work. It dries out humid air, and it gives me control from my phone without headaches. If I needed to cool a large open concept area, I would step up to more capacity. If I wanted heating in the shoulder seasons, I would look for a heat pump model. For a bedroom, a home office, a living room, or a studio in that medium range footprint, I would pick this General Electric 10,000 British thermal units Wi-Fi window air conditioner again, because it balances the things that matter to me day to day. If this video helped, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with your questions or your own experience with window air conditioners. Thank you for watching.